Victoria, thanks so much for joining Chamber. So you've been candidate now for a year. What are you enjoying the most about it?
Oh gosh, so much. I mean, it's always a roller coaster, but I find that being the parliamentary candidate for Harpenden and Berkhamsted such a privilege. I get the chance to talk to people about the issues that are bothering them. I get to try and be a voice for them. I get to meet so many interesting community groups, and it's really heartwarming to see that despite how difficult things are, so many people have that hope to make a change, and I've got a really great team as well. So yeah.
It sounds really positive.
Yeah.
You guys have obviously had really good results in 2023 and now 2024 in those local elections. How's the campaign going? Are you guys optimistic?
Absolutely. I mean, I do not take anything for granted. I'm the kind of person who will do my absolute best, and that's all you can do. But here, it's a brand new seat, so it's 3 in 1. So actually it has been also a challenge to really kind of build that team and build a brand new constituency. But with that, what we've seen is we've got 80% now of the councillors at district and borough level. We run all 3 town councils. And so there's a real possibility. And on the doorstep, there are so many people who are saying actually they're after a change, and they're after an MP that stands up for them. So that's what I'm trying to do, is show that I will do that. So very positive, but not taking anything for granted.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
What about the single best thing about being a parliamentary candidate?
Oh gosh, that's a very hard question. There are many great things about being a parliamentary candidate. I actually think that the best thing is although I don't have the power of being an MP and what comes with that, is that I see it's a really important role to be an advocate, and I have that platform to be able to be a voice for others and issues that come up. And actually, I really take that responsibility seriously, but also see it as a great way of, there's so many things that I find difficult. That's my way of standing up and making a difference.
Lovely. And you've talked a lot about the positives.
Yeah.
Are there any negatives?
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's also a position which isn't paid. So actually, it's something that's unsaid, but it's very difficult for a lot of candidates. It's but the other thing as well is, I see a lot of difficult issues. So people write to me with their casework of things that are problems they had for years, and we try and help them with counsellors, etc. But there's a lot of systemic change, and actually that's what, on the other side, I find the hardest sometimes is I can't solve those things straight away, and hearing those issues. But it's really important that we do listen.
Absolutely. Right, let's start guessing about what comes up in the future. I won't try and predict the general election. I thought it was going to happen in May.
I know, so I was convinced it was.
There we go.
Exactly. I will say as well, right now, what's really hard is not knowing when the general election will be. I cannot plan my year properly at all.
We're the same. We're waiting on the announcement to happen. But let's say everything goes well for you and you become the next MP for Harpenden and Berkhamsted. What changes, and what are you looking forward to be able to do more of yourself as an MP?
I mean, that's the thing. We talked about, this year it's been great, hard, but I imagine that I cannot be ready for what will come, and that will just be the beginning if I am elected and I'm lucky enough to represent this area formally. But I think the real thing is them being able to actually have more power to make that change, and be an MP for this area, like to really stand up for this area, because people felt they've been missing that for quite a while. What else would change? I think. But I mean, the other thing is that it sounds cheesy, but changing this country, quite frankly. I want to be that voice to start changing things. And there are 600 odd parliamentarians, MPs, and each one of those voices is important. So I want to be that voice that stands up for something that really brings about systemic change, and also is a voice for this area. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, the Lib Dems are supposed to be doing pretty well in the polls, and hopefully quite a few many seats. So be part of a big group in the next Parliament.
That would be great.
Perfect. Thanks, Victoria.
Thanks.